Hello everybody. Another quick video of the MWO tutorial series. I know it's been a while since one of those was done, and I got a request recently to do one, so I thought, you know what, I'll do one, yeah. So, here it is, Community Warfare. This is the whole kit caboodle. Now ignore the map. The map is a fragmented nightmare at the moment because PGI can't balance for shit. So basically, this is the map that you are presented with. Unfortunately, I can't show you the initial screen, which you'll get a row of flags across the screen, which will represent each faction going counterclockwise. You've got Davian, Lau, Marek, Steiner. Then you have, if we sit with the Innisphere for now, we have Razelhag, and then the Draconis Combine, and then the four clans: Jade Falcon, Wolf, Ghost Bear, and Smoke Jaguar. And you pick one of them. You get a choice of a 7-day contract, a 14-day contract, a 28-day contract, and finally a loyalty contract. The differences in the different length of time short-term contracts is they will give you different reward bonuses at the end of a successful match. So for instance, a 7-day contract doesn't give you much in the way of loyalty point bonuses, whereas a 14-day one will give you slightly more, a 28-day even more, and loyalty will give you a full, I think it's like a full 50% bonus on top. So there's, if you're like a hardcore Davian player for instance, then you're going to pledge loyalty with them, and you're just going to like reap the rewards. And this is generally how the map is. You can navigate it, you can zoom all the way down to the different planets, so you can see the entirety of the Innisphere and every map that's there. They are initially obviously owned a little bit more by the Innisphere, but due to poor balance and mechanics, it's kind of allowed the clans to sort of take everything. You know, Clan Wolf here have surrounded Terra, for instance. Poor Razelhag just gets sort of chewed up slowly. So in this screen, you have... Oh well, you don't really have much to do at the moment. Phase 3, when that launches, will be a bit more important in that regard because you'll actually have a few more options available. But as it stands right now, you have a list of options on the left. Now that's just your home screen, which will take you back here. You can reset the view pressing that button, it'll zoom back out. You can actually rotate the map if you want. There's not really... It's nice, it's a nice feature, but it doesn't really do much. You have member management, where you can see a list of everyone in the group, and if you're in charge you can pretty much just alter everybody's rank, you can kick them out, all that kind of stuff. You got your rank management, where you can do things, you can set what the different powers are within the unit, so you can do things like you can view the coffers, assign ranks, kick people, assign a new leader, all the rest of it. You know, you can, you know, you do whatever the hell you want. Coffers is pretty much useless. It's basically a money pit at the moment because you can't use it until phase 3. Faction loyalties, on the other hand, is a bit more interesting. Now, for instance, every faction has 20 ranks. As you play and earn loyalty points after a match, which you'll see in a match that I'll play after I finish with this, you will get points. Now, 530 for instance for Lau rank 1, and they all give you the same rewards, so don't worry. Rewards you with 50,000 C-bills and 500 GXP. Now, pretty standard stuff. Now, rank 2 you'll get a mech bay and a few more C-bills. It's always C-bills and something else, so GXP, cockpit item of the Gazelle dropship, a Lau banner for your cockpit, another mech bay at rank 6, rank 7, more GXP. As you go up, like the next rank I'll get will be a cup of pop for my cockpit, but I think it's rank 10, I think it is. Yeah, rank 10 will get you 500 mech credits, which is pretty good, and a mech bay, and these continue to progressively get bigger and bigger and bigger until you start getting like much better rewards. Huge numbers of C-bills, 3.2 million, another mech bay, 4.8 million, 1500 mech credits, and Lau loyalty items, a hamster, a fair amount of GXP, another mech bay, general, and your final thing is you get 2500 mech credits, 50,000 XP, and 50 million C-bills. Although you do have to require quite a few loyalty points to achieve that goal. It wouldn't surprise me if there are others who have done this. Now, one thing you have to be aware of is that you actually lose loyalty points by attacking other factions. So, for instance, if I were to go Davian, for instance, or Clan Wolf, and I ended up in a fight against a player who's from Lau, I would actually lose some of my loyalty points for killing Lau players. So there's a little tiny bit of an emphasis not to do that, not to keep jumping around. If you're not that bothered, then it's not a big deal. Also, you can never go into negatives, you can only go to 0. So if you're not really arsed, then you don't have to worry. I think you can only get the rewards once anyway, so even if you get all the way up to rank 20 and then just like fought against the old faction you were with, it's not like you could then reset it and get all the points again. But I'm not sure though, I've obviously not tried it myself. You might be able to get every single reward for every single faction, so you might be able to get mech credits along the way, but I don't know if that would work or not. The final thing you can do on the left here is you can break a contract. Breaking a contract basically means that you are no longer with that faction, but then there's a cooldown timer before you can choose to fight for another group. So the meat of it, when the mode is playing, because they have up here, you can see it says, it might be a bit hard to see, but it says attack phase, and you have each attack phase only lasts so many hours, and then you have a cooldown period, which I think is an hour or 40 minutes, and then once that's over, a new round begins. So these planets with red boxes around them, they're planets that we can attack, and blue boxes are obviously defense targets. So if we click gallery, for instance, this world has a fair number of attackers and defenders. Each segment represents a victory chunk, I guess you could say, and these chunks, once they're all red, for instance, and the timer finishes, the attacker will then own that planet, and the map will update accordingly. The defenders obviously want to try and keep more blue than red. Each map also represents, each segment also represents a map, of which there are an alright number. Planet info is largely empty. The PGA haven't updated this at all, really, for a long time. Maybe Phase 3 will have info on all the planets. And then you have the queue info, which is the most important part. You can find out how much you'll win, how many loyalty points you'll get for winning, and how many C-bills you get for winning, obviously the amount depending on the contract you're currently on. And then you can see the queue. So for instance, this map currently has 3 teams of 12 players ready to defend, and there are 4 currently waiting to form another queue, and you can have a maximum number there. You also see these little triangles there that show the number of defending dropships. Which kind of brings me to one of the main issues with CW, and that is there just aren't enough players. Sadly, there really aren't. If you were going to try it, be prepared for long wait times to get into matches. You can be upwards of 25 minutes to half an hour to get into a single match of CW, and after all that, you may not even have fun. You may just get stomped, and the entire thing will have been a huge waste of time for you. The most efficient method of running it is basically to be in a 12-man and have coordination, and that's probably the way you're going to get the most fun out of it. Dropping on your own, you will eventually get a match, but you might find that it's not for you. It might be very, very hardcore. The mode is extremely geared toward the competitive 12-mans running the most efficient builds possible to basically get kills quickly and efficiently. So don't expect any experimentation. It's not the public queue. People aren't going to be running silly builds. People are only going to be running top tier shit. And yeah, you'll see that in the gameplay that I'll be showing in a second. So yeah, outside of that, yeah, that's it. There isn't much else to CW, as it's nicknamed. So I hope that helps. That gives you an idea of what you can expect when you click the little faction button up there. So thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the match after the jump. Well, not the jump, sorry. There will be a second video that I will link in the description. So thanks for watching, everyone. Chris the Rocket signing out.